right, so I know we got through the first section yesterday. We started into this, and I had gotten into the idea that everything is a trade-off, right? Your brother's decisions yesterday, right? Those are all trade-offs. Your do I not? And then the other thing too is, and we'll get to this in a second. Every once in a while, when we look at these decisions, sometimes even if it wasn't a great decision, there's a part of your brain that goes, "Ah, it was worth it." Yeah, it was worth it. Like I had a student a couple years ago who skipped my class, and he was in economics, and we had just started talking about this, and he skipped to go out with his buddies, and he came back the next day, and he had got written up by another teacher, and I was like, yeah, he skipped my class as well. And so I think he got a 2.5 hour or a 1 day ISR, something like that. I don't remember what it was, but I remember talking to him, and he made the comment. He's like, yeah, but it was so worth it. We had a great time. So yeah, I got a detention or an ISR, but that's fine. It was worth it. I'd rather have had fun with my friends than spend the next day in the ISR than not to have done it. Right? So in his decision, we'll get to this, called thinking at the margin. We're trying to think of what's the benefits versus the benefit outweigh the cost. Right? Should I not? But again, the trade-offs really kind of expand into other aspects too. So we have the individual decisions, which we talked about, foods yesterday, right? Things change over time. Business decisions, these are the ones that the goal for business decisions typically is I want to be as resourceful or efficient as possible. Right? So if I have, does anybody know anyone who, and don't throw yourself under the bus, you could actually say, yes, I know someone who is that worker who doesn't really do much on the job, right? Or does anybody know anyone who you have to kind of always do more to compensate for them not doing as much at work?
Oh yeah, my brother.
Thanks for throwing him under the bus.
I don't really care.
But yeah, so we have those moments where like, oh my gosh. And I will tell you right now, there are some bosses, like including myself for the tumbling coaching. There are coaches I've had in the past. I'm like, no, I can't. Like I was always going into class and fixing things or helping the kids out when that coach needs to be responsible for it. And after time, you're like, I'm wasting my money fixing everything you're doing. Thank you, but no thank you. You can go somewhere else. Or you're constantly doing extra work. So business decisions can be more on the inefficiency of just work. The government thing, this is kind of where we get to that guns or butter. So this morning I happened to be listening to the news, and they were talking about the amount of money being spent on the military under the Biden administration is massively less. Matter of fact, they've pulled money from the military to go more towards other programs in the U.S. That would be a butter situation. So if it's not for the government, if it's not being spent on government stuff, which would be your guns, and it's giving more money back to the agriculture or local business or homeowners or people in the country, that would be your butter. If it's military, if it's more pay for the Congress, more pay for the president, more money sent to this government agency, that would be your guns. So you typically see that a lot, and it's a sway too. So if you were a President Trump fan, he had a lot more money going towards the military, but he had some money going back towards the butter, the agriculture. Versus this administration has taken money away from military and spending more money towards, right? So they have this swing. It tends to be like this pendulum of where do I spend my money over here? No, next president, let's spend more money over here. Next president, no, let's spend more money way over here. Next president, and it just keeps on going back and forth. But the guns are butter, more guns, government goods, less consumer goods. So you'll hear that randomly. I don't hear a ton anymore. Every once in a while, if you're listening to like a business news source, they'll talk about, oh my gosh, the guns and butter situation, yada, yada, yada. It's not a big, huge thing, but it does exist. This one, every time you make a trade-off, you lose something. So every decision you make, like having your phone on, if you're working through your phone during class, you should be taking notes. It's a trade-off, right? You have either you're on the phone and you're taking notes, or you're not on the phone, or on the phone you're not taking notes, or you're taking notes not on the phone. Those are trade-offs, right? Opportunity costs. And then there's this anxiety, though. If you don't answer your phone, you're like, oh my gosh, person's waiting for my
As
text.
it checks your watch.
Yeah. Right. So actually, I just realized I do have a message. Which is one of those the downsides of having your own connection to your.
That's how my mom took mine.
Yeah, I found over the summertime that was the trade-off. The trade-off for me over the summer was I had been like nope, I don't want to, I want to, and then a couple of my coaches were like, oh come on, you have to have there's a walkie-talkie feature on this. So if I was in class, it would like yeah, and all of a sudden my coach was like, hey, can you look over here? I'm like, oh. So that was kind of fun. The fitness circles is good. I like that one for when I'm working out. But the anxiety level of waiting for a message to come in, oh. Right. And then you send this to somebody, and then you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait. But those are all trade-off opportunity costs. What did I lose out on? And it can be very, very simple. Like it doesn't have to be anything complex. Like this morning I went to Speedway, and I had a trade-off. Do I want one monster drink, or do I do the 3 monster drinks because there's a deal going on? I'll do the 3. I'm going to lose out on this $4 extra, but I now have 3 monster drinks that can cover me today, tomorrow, and Friday or Saturday potentially. Or if I'm really struggling, all 3 today. So, and that in and of itself is a trade-off, right? Do I drink one now and wait for tomorrow, or do I drink one now and then drink one later, and then drink a third one after that, right? Because you're struggling. So it's always the next best thing. Like going back to that menu I talked about yesterday, right? That Cheesecake Factory. When you make your final decision and the food shows up, what's the opportunity cost? The other options I wanted. Like, oh man.
Or really someone across the street orders what I was like, oh.
Yeah. And that's become that was my dad's thing when we were little. He's getting a little bit better at it. But now I think I jokingly told you guys, but he'll just buy 2 meals now. And then he's like, yeah, have some of that. It's really good. Because he can't make his mind up.
My mom always takes my food right off my plate.
Yeah. The other thing too, this was the opportunity cost trade-off, was the college going to work thing coming up for some of you guys. What's going to be your choice? This is the one where we deal with that. What am I going to get out of this? This is that student that had got suspended, or he got the 1 day ISR for skipping. If you ever talk with anyone who's on a diet, or they're almost even prescribed a diet, or they're only a couple years back it was the no fat diet, no fats, and then it switched over to no carbs, and then it switched over to protein only, and then it was the Atkins, any protein at all is perfectly fine, doesn't matter how much grease is in it. So people were making bacon, and that was all they were eating, bacon and chicken and bacon and beef and yeah. So there was this whole that's what about that fat? Oh no, don't worry about it. Just bacon. And then they have those pea strips. Anybody ever hear of those where you find your keto levels? Mm-hmm. You have to pee on it, and it's a certain color. Then you're in ketosis, and your body is burning everything. There's all sorts of crazy diets out there. And now the newest one is just the keto diet. Right? So it doesn't have to be high fats. But anyways, you talk to anyone who's on a diet, they are constantly thinking about cost benefit, marginal cost, marginal benefit. Even myself, I work out in the mornings. I didn't work out yesterday today because I just slept through my alarm. I've just been tired. But there's a part of this okay, I didn't work out this morning, so I gotta watch training today. Really gotta watch because tomorrow. Okay, and then I missed this morning, so now I woke up and I was like, oh damn. Okay, but I'm constantly going over the cost and benefit. Thanksgiving is probably the best example if you think about it. Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, that's
right. Because the whole time you're sitting there, after your 3rd or 4th plate of food, the next plate you're like, is the benefits of the flavor of all this food outweighing the cost of me being in a coma for the rest of the day and or not being able to move tomorrow?
But you only get Thanksgiving once a year.
That's it. That's typically the default, right? I'm only doing this once a year until the next day when there's leftovers.
Until next Christmas.
Right, that's the problem. I think they even say from Thanksgiving to Christmas, typically there's a 5 to 10 pound weight gain in the United States on average because we eat constantly. I know that during the Christmas time, they do a cookie thing here at school where everyone makes cookies, then we trade the cookies, and everyone brings in snacks. Then you guys are probably gonna have like some sort of Christmas party / thing before you guys leave, and then you go home. And there's a Christmas party with your family, but then they got the other side of the family got to go to that Christmas party, right? And then the work might have food, constantly. Yeah.
I know every year at Christmas I make 6 dozen cookies and just give them away to people. And
Why?
I don't
Just eat them all.
I have a lot of siblings. I'm the oldest of 9. Can you imagine 6
That's
little
true.
5-year-olds running around hyped up on sugar?
There's 6 5-year-olds.
No,
You
they're
got 6
mostly
5.
mostly under the age of 5. There's just the
Okay.
4 olders and the rest are little.
Gotcha. Okay. I was gonna say, wow, that was. What is it? Is it quintuplets?
No, we're all adopted, so we're a
Oh, okay.
foster family.
Okay.
That's
Um,
sweet.
Um,
I'm adopted too.
Really? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
that's really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the cost benefit analysis. This is one of those things where
No, that's your mom. I didn't know that.
you could potentially. It's such a small world. I love this. You can potentially see where things work, where things don't.
Did you say you were in an accident?
I just had this conversation yesterday. I was in an accident too.
Joe, you've been tripping.
I was like, I heard accident, and then I like put 2 together. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was the flu. Like when my mom had the flu, she was the doctor. She was like, no, another one, and it was me.
So you're
So
like
I was a news baby.
The flu baby.
I was a flu baby, yeah.
That's my mom. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 2 moms, so they adopted all of us. Well,
All right, so
are adopted.
let's get back to this real quick.
Oh.
So, doctor's office. Does anybody know on average like what a home, like a family care doctor pulls in every year?
Oh wait, how much did my mom make? Oh crap, I can't think of it. I just blanked. Because my mom's a family care doctor.
On average, now this is an average across Ohio. It's not like if you have a really large practice. So on average, pulling at about 175 per year,
I was way off.
okay, which is really, really nice. Now, who in here has been to the doctor's office in the past year, 2 years of your life? Okay, who had to wait longer than 40 minutes for that doctor visit? 50? 2 hours?
2 hours was a max.
Really?
Yeah,
At a family doctor, family practice?
yeah.
Was it because you were waiting for everyone else to get through as well, or because?
No, I was just sitting there waiting because I was there on time, and then I just had to sit there and wait.
That's long. Typically, if it was, well, think about it from this perspective. If it was just the doctor and only the doctor, how long would your visits be? Keeping in mind what they would have to do before they even started looking at any of your medical stuff. Want to give it a guess?
10 to 20 minutes.
I feel like an
That would be
hour and a
awesome.
half.
Yeah, because remember, they're going to have to take your financial information, they're going to get all your insurance card information, then they're going to do all that pre-stuff that the nurses typically take care of, where they take your temperature, take your weight, get you in the room, and then start the evaluation. So you're looking at, 20 minutes right there, 30 minutes total. Then they have other patients ahead of you. So is it beneficial for a doctor to have a nurse
Yes.
assisting with some of those things, right? So let's say I want to hire a nurse, and we'll put the nurse at conservatively, we'll go 50,000 a year. Still pretty nice. Okay, so if I'm coming out of my pocket, that leaves me with 125 left over. Okay, still pretty nice, but is the nurse bringing more patients in? Can I see more patients? Can I get more pay? Right, so I can see more patients now. So let's say the nurse pulls in $75,000 in new money, and now my total is $200,000 in salary. Is that marginally beneficial? Is that hiring of the nurse a smart move? Heck yeah, right? Yes, I need that. I've increased my salary by spending money on someone. So you look at this from the margin of the cost benefit analysis. Is it good? Is it not good? Yes, it's good. Now, let's say that's, I don't want to do the insurance stuff. It's really, really annoying. I don't want to do the appointments. So I hire myself an office manager at $35,000 a year. And that leaves me with $165,000. But that allows me more time to see more patients, so I'm pulling in an additional. So I'll put this one over here. And that pulls me in, let's say 60,000 more in new money. Now I'm at 225,000. Was that a smart hire? Was that marginally beneficial?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So you keep on doing this until you get to that point where like you hire that one person, you're like, oh, now I'm losing money now. Forget it. Right? I'm gonna get rid of that employee, or I'm not gonna hire that employee because it's not helping me. Yeah. You did. No, just come.
I'm at.
You did? Okay. Yeah. You did this. You kind of like left your hand up.
He always says that.
What?
Forget it.
Oh,
We're good.
You look the wedges. You always say it.
So again, we're looking at just the marginal benefits, marginal costs. What's more? Let's go to the next slide. Yeah. I think what are we at? 8:45. I'm actually gonna stop there. Which leaves us a lot of free time here, but this gives me a hard point to stop at. So, to clarify notes wise, you're going to have a quiz over. You won't see the math on this. You'll see discussion points from thinking of the margin, opportunity cost, trade-off. You'll see questions about capital, so efficiency, increase efficiency, and then this one right here, because I believe the last quiz went up to labor. No, you'll see something more on labor and capital. So if you want to put a little mark in your notes, I know a lot of you guys put them away already. From labor, right there, all the way up to production possibilities, that's going to be the section you're going to get quizzed on. Okay? Perfect.
My mom always tells us never to become doctors. Just don't become a doctor.
There's just so much the liability now, just insurance wise, and if they mess up.
Yeah.
So that's actually one of the big arguments.
Plus, her business was like one of the first people in Ohio to start giving the vaccine out,
Mhm.
and then she's like, there was a lot going on with that too.
Also, you spend like half your life just trying to become a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you have all their
And
student
then all
debt.
of a sudden,